My name is Charlie McGrath. I'm the founder of WideAwakeNews.com and a host on the Rinse Radio Network. Do you wonder what the agenda is? Do you wonder what the plan is for the United States and the rest of the so-called free world? Well, if we can take one little snapshot, I think it'll paint a very clear picture of what the plan is. Back in February of this year, the Federal Reserve issued a memorandum to the House Banking Committee endorsing the notion of changing foreclosed properties into rental properties. Fast forward a few months later, and here we have a story breaking today that the new profit center for Wall Street is going to be securitizing what? Mortgages? Nope, that's no good, because you see, we've already lost millions of mortgages in this country. You and I are now responsible for them. Now we have 5.75 million more that are either delinquent or in the process of being foreclosed on. So it's not a good scheme for Wall Street to get involved in securitizing them. So now they're going to securitize rental properties, or at least try to figure out how to securitize rental properties. We haven't learned our lesson at all. Now, I'm not talking the lesson of giving these banks free rein. That's occurring. We can see that. We're not learning our lesson of believing the propaganda coming out of Washington, D.C. by folks such as Barack Obama or Mitt Romney, pretending for 1 second that there's an iota, a shred of difference between the two of them, because the fact is, there is not. You want to know who's running the country? The same people, groups such as Citi and Wells Fargo, who are lining up trying to figure out how to securitize the rental property that was somebody's home, somebody's dream, somebody's bedrock foundation in being part of the middle class in this country, that has been yanked from them and now is going to be turned into a rental and securitized, so the people at Citi and Wells Fargo, they can turn a little bit more profit. Since they've already screwed up the global economy with their mortgage-backed securities, and now they're issuing debt hand over fist, and we're calling it sovereign debt, they're going to implode the entire system. And when it's all said and done with, you will be a rental-backed security. You will be nothing more than a target for these institutions, to be nothing more than a profit center. You will live by them. You will die by them. Your decisions will be made for you on high at a banking institution. And at the end of the day, you'll look back and say, how on earth did this happen? And it happened because we sat back, we listened to the same propaganda over and over again from the mainstream politicians and the mainstream media, and we believed that the solution was another investment vehicle. The solution was giving the Federal Reserve System a little bit more power, giving this cabal of banksters globally a little bit more of our freedom. And it isn't the answer. It is the problem. The problem that we face isn't we have too many people buying homes that they couldn't afford, or we don't have enough jobs in this country. The problem is we're letting our economy be engineered by a bunch of criminal bankster thugs who at the end of this all want to sit on top, on high, as feudal lords over the neo-feudal system. This is the problem we face, and we need to wake up and realize this, because one fact is out there. The Federal Reserve Charter is up in less than a year in this country, and if you think for 1 second they will not have their talons completely and totally into this country and into this planet by then, you're sadly mistaken. It is time to wake up and realize we either stand together or we all enter into the neo-feudal system. Stories are attached. That's all I got.